Hi everyone, it's Jamie here from FX Learning. So I've named this video 100% Holy Grail. Now, this isn't some kind of video where I show you some next level strategy that gives you 100% wins, you never lose, it makes you a load of money. The reason why I've named it this video is because I know you'll click on it and I know you'll watch it. Now, it's not some kind of trick, it's just I want to show you something that will completely change the way you view the market. And it will hopefully change your mindset as well in trading. So about 3 months ago we had our 1 year party together to celebrate 12 months together as a binary destroyer, and I met up with a BD member. He is a full-time plumber and he's looking to leave his job and trade the BD 5.0 full-time. So he's making consistent profits and he's ready to leave his job and trade full-time. Now, while he's working his day job, his wife Anne at home is looking after the children, and she also trades the BD 5.0. Now, she's got this neat little strategy which I'll show you in a minute, okay, that is making her consistent profits. Now, what is amazing about this story, and it is truly amazing, is she does not have a clue about trading. Not one single bit. She doesn't understand RSIs, she doesn't understand stochastics, price action, candlestick patterns, trend lines. She doesn't understand none of it. All she does is follow this strategy. So when the price meets the rules, she takes the trade. And she's making consistent profits with it. And it's absolutely mind-blowing. And what I said to my members last night is there's no excuse for it now, okay? If she can make profits, and she's not even a trader, like she doesn't have a clue about trading, and she can make consistent profits with this, okay? So there's no excuse for anybody, for not being able to make profits with this. Now, I can easily make a video for you now of me making profits with the BD, and I can say, yay, look at me, I will make you loads of money. But it's a completely different story when somebody else is sitting in this chair that doesn't have a clue about trading and can make consistent profits. That is a completely different story. And and it's proof right there that it's possible, because so many people, when it comes to trading, overcomplicate things. They search for the Holy Grail, or they fill their brain with all sorts of knowledge, and they forget to realize just keep trading simple and keep it to one strategy. And it's amazing because Anne has no bad habits, because she doesn't know nothing about trading. So she has no bad habits. She doesn't kind of learn anything else, because she doesn't know anything. All she does is trade this strategy. So I'm going to show you the video now. Now, please excuse it because it's not my video, it's Michael's. So he explains it. He explains the strategy. He does some live trading for you, and he also shows you past results, the wins and losses, and shows you everything. Like, he doesn't hide it. He shows everything for you, and I just think it's mind-blowing, and that's why I wanted to share it for you, because at the end of the day, if she can make profits and she doesn't have a clue about trading, then so can you. Like, there's generally no excuse for it now. So yeah, I'll show you the video.
Hi guys, Michael here. Okay, so we've been doing the AND strategy for about 7 or 8 days. And in that time, all Anne's been doing in the 8 days is just FOREX. Okay, I will write the rules out and do pictures of the other setups and how it looks, but at the moment it's just going to be a video of what to do and how to take it. So Anne's only done FOREX at the whole time she's done it. She starts at 9:30 in the morning, sets the charts up, and then carries on. Sometimes she's on it for an hour, 45 minutes. Sometimes there'll be nothing come up. She'll go away, come back a little later, but she won't trade past 1 o'clock, because obviously 1:30, most of the majority of the news is out, which will mess his strategy up. But the other day she tested it coming back at 2 in the afternoon, all the way through till, I don't know, about 3 o'clock. So only an hour, but then 3 setups happened in that time. all winners. I think she's only lost one Forex trade in 8 days, but obviously she doesn't overtrade like most people. I had a go Monday. I waited a couple of hours to do a video and show you a couple of the setups. Nothing really materialised, but it wasn't Monday. You do need the markets moving for this. If they're dead, then you're not really going to get any setups at all. Like now it's 6 o'clock at night, market's not really going to do much, so it has to be good movement. I've had 2 other people having a go on the strategy that are like 3-4 in the morning, so they must be doing the Asian session. It took them a little while to get into it, but now they're just constantly texting me win, 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 win. We've worked out on binary the best time for expiry time is 15-20 minutes. That's your window. Personally, the 30s have won for me as well, but other people are saying that the 30s are losing, so I'd probably rather do more on a 20 minute than a 30. So let's go through this. Right, obviously you lot cannot wait for a bit of back testing, because we all love back testing, and the only reason I'm doing it now is so I can show you what you're looking for. Right, it doesn't matter about stochastics, it doesn't matter about RSI, it doesn't matter about candle patterns, it doesn't matter about anything to do with trading. Obviously, bearing in mind my wife does this strategy, all she literally knows how to do is read the BD, and she knows how to place a trade. She doesn't know what support and resistance is, she doesn't know what trend is, she doesn't know what an engulfing candle is, dojis. She doesn't even look at the charts at the bottom for RSI and stochastics, she just thinks they're wiggles. So if you can seriously overcomplicate things, and this is what I love about this strategy, is there's one rule really, or there's a few rules, but obviously nose being one of them, and then you've got, you know, the actual signal you're waiting for, and yeah, 5 pips you're aiming for on Forex. But you can do a trailing stop loss, but again, you can't. She doesn't know how to do a trailing stop loss. She's trying to get the idea of how to do the trailing stop loss, but she'd rather just get in 5 pips, move on. Binary, she doesn't trade, only me. Again, I do 15-20 minutes, sometimes a 30 on this, but I'd stick to 15 and 20 from now on. So what you're after is any arrow that pops outside of the BD bands. That is it. So this one here, obviously we all know the bands move, but they actually, I know they move and it'll look different later on, but when you're trading live, all you're literally after is that, the arrow, forget the candles, just the arrow popping outside. Now you can go with this one here, which is just on the outside of it. The rule is pretty much the further outside the band, like this one, the better chances you are of winning. If you start going for them like this one over here, you know, it could possibly win, but now you're going into, you know, should it, shouldn't it win, should I take it? Look, keep it simple. The arrows outside the bands at the top, or if they, let's find one at the bottom. Here we go, down here. Massive downtrend. It's popped outside the band. Take it up for 15-20 minutes or whatever. 5 pips Forex. Okay. I think there's a GBP one as well that I can show you. There we go. Again, pops there, but it pops, you know, that's the annoying thing. Sometimes it can pop and it's not quite outside the bands, but that's where you've got to take your risk factor in of it could lose. With Anne, she's very simple. She literally goes, look, it's not outside the bands, I'm not going to trade it. So if your patience is good on that side of it, you'll be fine. So if I've got the video, actually let me show you the, here we go. This is Anne's account before she goes live next week. Here we go. So that's 8 days or so. Literally just this strategy, nothing else, no crossover, nothing else, no stacking, just literally signal, enter the trade, and that's it. There you go, you've got 2 losses down there, but as a whole 7-8 days, not doing silly ratio on the pips either, you know, nearly 300 quid. So that's what should be doing live. Maybe doing a little less on the pip front, but that's it. And you've got, where's the videos? Right, this was me trading live binary. I didn't do Forex, I wanted to keep it simple. I've just done 2 setups, one uptrend, one downtrend. If you go against the trend, it does, again, up the risk factor. But I've won every single one I've took, so I'm willing to take the chance of losing going against the trend, because I win so many of them when I do go against the trend. I don't really mind. Right, let me explain this one. So there you go, you see I've got the pop outside the bands, there's a lovely arrow. I took that trade, and then literally, I've recorded the whole time, but I can just literally do this so you can get a general idea of where it went, obviously after I've took the trade. I think I took a 15, 20 and 30 on this one, and all 3 won, no problem at all. That's me just checking. There we go. All 3 won, all different time frames, and lovely winner. You know, on Forex again, you could have squeezed 7-8 pips out of that. Here we go. We've got the up 10. Right, this one popped, and I was outside the room, so that would have been a perfect opportunity to enter on this green arrow. Obviously, it's pulled down, arrows popped. I should have took it there, but I was out of the room, come back in typically, and you know, I did take it here just on the pure fact that I wanted to, even though I was thinking, right, I've missed the entry point, but I'm happy to just take it and see how it wins. Even if it lost, and it would have won if I took it from this point, it still would have been a good point to show a good entry. Now, as this is against a trend, it did struggle a little bit going through. What I like to do is I like to do £20 or £15 trades, but I was hoping that I could enter this trade now and then get a better entry point if it did start dropping back down again for another 20 minutes on each one, which is what I've done. See, I've entered there again, and I think it comes right down in a sec. There you go. So I've entered right down here in the confidence that I know that once that arrow's popped outside the box, I know it's going to, you know, shoot up and carry on. So and there we go. I mean, again, in pips, Forex, 7-8 pips easy, and it just, you know, nice win all the way through that lot. There you go, win, win, win. So if you've got the patience to wait for it to pop outside the bands, and you know, take that 15-20 minute, or Forex would be perfect for this, I think. If you, let me show you one that she took today. There we go. I think it was this one. Yeah, here we go. Okay, that, as you can see on the screen, that was a trade. She took her 5 pips to there. I mean, look at that, it's 5 pips left on the table. There's so many of these trades that I've seen her take that could have got so much more out of that trade. Here we go, let's pick this one on GBP. Yeah, see this one here. That was a buy on this one. I don't know where it is on the screen. But if you imagine you've took from here, 30 pips, easy, from just waiting for it to shoot outside the bands and take the trade. I'll do a little write-up on obviously what to look for. See, like this one here, this is come now, so you wait for it to push up, the arrow will pop and you take it down. The only problem is I believe that this time of night I don't really want to trade this strategy. I like during the day you get some real good movement, and and it, like here, shoots outside the bands, take a cool trade. If you don't want to go against the trend, don't do it. But Anne does go against the trend, and I don't know how many trades are on over the last 8 days, but she's lost one, and that was actually against the trend, the one she lost. So I would happily go against the trend on this strategy and just reap the benefits on both sides of it. Obviously, as usual, any questions, anything I missed, I can't see how you can miss much to it. You wait for the arrow, don't worry about the candles, wait for the arrow to pop outside the bands, take the call trade or put trade. As I say, everyone else that I've got on it, testing it for me, is literally win, 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 win. They had a bit of time, getting used to it at the start. They weren't waiting for the arrows to go completely outside the bands, outside-ish, and when they'll send me the photos through, they're looking okay, but just not, like this one here is okay. We want like outside the band, and then as I say, further outside the bands, the better the reward. And I'd love to do FOREX on this with trailing stop loss, but because of work I just haven't really got the time. But on my binary account doing the afternoon, I up the account by 25% in hour and a half, or hour and a half if that. So if you catch the window right, good movement, you get loads of signals pop up. But as I say, I have had a morning where I've sat there, waited, nothing's come up, and that's it really. Just went off, had a cup of tea, sorted myself out, come back, and then the signals started popping up. I think the only frustrating thing is if you get a signal, like you see this come outside the bands and there's no arrow, and then it goes all the way down and you think, oh, why didn't an arrow pop? But how many of us have gone on it without the arrow and then it just carries on up? So wait for the arrow at least. And I think one more note, Jamie, extra large jumper, hold the you can keep the rabbit droppings, stick them in the pouch or the hood or something. And then so I'll speak to you lot in the Facebook group. Cheers.